What's up, witches? My name is Vervain, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you all about cleansing crystals, including how you can use essential oils to enhance the cleansing process.
Crystals are wonderful, beautiful tools for magic, manifestation, and spiritual and emotional support. They bring beauty and good vibes to any environment, can aid with empowering intentions, and can help call us into our highest selves. One of the things that makes crystals such wonderful allies is that not only do they possess their own chi or subtle energy, but they can also pick up on and be programmed with the chi, subtle energy, and intentions of their surrounding environment and those who work with them. This can be useful as it allows us to program crystals with particular intentions to assist us on our individual journeys, but it also means that crystals can sometimes soak up not so good vibes too.
When a crystal has been working too hard for too long, or it's been ignored, or it's been stored somewhere with chaotic or heavy subtle energy, such as in a shop with a lot of people passing through, you'll probably want to cleanse that crystal energetically before working with it. There are a whole bunch of different ways that you can cleanse crystals of heavy, dirty, sticky, foggy, or otherwise unwanted chi or subtle energy, and in this video we're going to be talking about a pretty wide variety of them. So stay tuned, there's definitely something for everybody here.
Among those who work with crystals often, it's pretty well known that moonlight, sunlight, and laying on the earth are three basic and effective methods of cleansing. With sunlight, however, one wants to be careful to limit the exposure some crystals have to the sun's powerful rays, since many crystals are photosensitive and may lose their color with extended exposure to sunlight. Amethyst, fluorite, citrine, smoky quartz, rose quartz, aquamarine, opals, calcite, and celestite are just some of the crystals that will fade when exposed to direct sunlight for prolonged periods of time.
But don't worry, there are plenty of other methods for cleansing your sun-sensitive crystals.
Similar to laying on the earth, crystals can be laid on a bed of salt. Salt is basically earth, but is a crystal itself and is super absorbent, both materially and spiritually. A little known fact is that essential oils and other distillations of plant magic can be used effectively to cleanse crystals and other objects of undesired chi. Citronella is especially powerful for energy cleansing, but lemon, peppermint, rosemary, sage, melaleuca or tea tree, chamomile, lavender, tree oils such as cypress, juniper, fir, and spruce, and young living blends such as thieves or purification are also highly effective.
I always only recommend pure therapeutic grade essential oils for use in magic, personal care, in the home, because not only do the synthetic fragrances present in non-therapeutic grade oils come with a whole bunch of health risks that I don't want to take on, they also don't possess the chi or subtle energy of the source plant. Personally, I only use and recommend Young Living oils because of their seed to seal promise, just the research that I've done and the experiences that I've had. That's what I use, that's what I trust, that's what I recommend.
So, building on the concept of salt cleansing, you can add a few drops of your favorite cleansing oils to a dish of salt and use that to cleanse crystals or other objects in a similar way. Salt cleansing is safe for pretty much all crystals, so if you use this method, you don't have to worry about that. Once you're done cleansing your crystals in this way, if you feel that the salt could still absorb more energetic gunk, you can place the dish in a corner of your home to let it absorb any chi that doesn't belong, or sprinkle it on your floors and sweep it up to cleanse part of your home. When the salt has absorbed all it can, simply throw it away. Resist the temptation to return it to the earth unless you live beside the ocean or near salt flats, since an excess of salt in the soil will prevent anything from growing. Did you know you can also use sound to cleanse crystals? The pure frequency of a ringing bell, a singing bowl, or a tuning fork can help clear a crystal of unwanted energy and bring it back to itself. These sounds can do the same thing for us, too, so this can be a pleasant ritual for sitting with your crystals and retuning both yourself and them, so to speak. Smoke cleansing by burning dried herbs or incense is another popular method of energetically cleansing crystals, other items, and spaces in the home. This is distinct from smudging, a closed practice sacred to several Native American tribes. As popular interest in Native American spirituality and religion has grown, white sage has become popular for smoke cleansing, but is now threatened due to overharvesting. For this reason, if you do wish to smoke cleanse, it's suggested that you don't purchase white sage commercially unless you're purchasing directly from Native Americans. And of course, avoid using the terms smudge or smudging for this unless you yourself belong to one of the tribes that practices that particular ceremony. Here, Ella is burning a bundle of dried rosemary, lavender, and thyme that she harvested herself to cleanse rubellite quartz and flower agate. Fire is also a valid way to cleanse crystals if you're careful and know what you're doing. But some crystals can be damaged by such exposure to heat, and depending on your living situation, burning anything may not be an option. Or you may wish to avoid fire hazards or the health risks of inhaling smoke, especially from artificially fragranced incense or candles. So I'm super excited to share with you one of my new favorite ways to cleanse my crystals, which is, believe it or not,
with a diffuser. So to do this, you'll want to load up your diffuser basin with your cleansing oils of choice. I like to use 10 to 12 drops total because I like it strong, but follow your intuition. Here, Laura's using I think about 7 or 8 drops citronella and 3 or 4 drops each of lemon and peppermint. Of course, you do what feels good to you. Then switch your diffuser on and you can use the mist to cleanse your crystals. I prefer white light for cleansing, but you can of course set it to whatever color feels good to you. Just make sure you get all sides of your crystals and use your intuition to feel when they're fully cleansed. Some crystals may take longer than others. One thing I love about this method is that it's safe for pretty much all crystals. Another thing I love about this method is that not only does it cleanse your crystals, but because you're diffusing the cleansing oils throughout the room, it energetically cleanses the entire space you're diffusing in. If you're trying to cleanse a whole bunch of really small crystals, you can totally use a sieve or strainer to make the process 1,000 times faster and easier.
just put them in the sieve, hold the sieve over the diffuser mist, and make sure to stir or agitate the crystals so that all sides are exposed to the mist. Ta-da! Your crystals in your living space have now both been cleansed and purified, just like magic. The diffuser method really is amazing for its power to cleanse your environment as well as your crystals, and for the fact that it can be used with pretty much any stone. Even so, I want to share a few more methods with you so that you know what's possible and can decide what feels good to you. Another popular way to cleanse crystals is in water, especially running water. The sink works fine, but a natural stream, river, or even the ocean works better. Just be careful not to lose your crystals to the current. Keep in mind that some crystals will dissolve or react undesirably in water, such as moonstone, malachite, pyrite, selenite and other forms of gypsum, calcite, kyanite, lepidolite and other forms of mica, celestite. This list is actually quite long, and there is no one definitive list. If you're considering cleansing a crystal by submerging it in water, I would really recommend looking up the properties of that specific crystal to find out whether or not it's water soluble or will react negatively to water. Anyhow, if you want to use water to cleanse your crystals, but don't have access to a river or stream, and don't want to run up your water bill by leaving the sink running for however long it takes you to cleanse your collection, you can create a water bath. Personally, I don't feel like a plain water bath is enough, so I like to make a magical cleansing bath for my crystals with essential oils. Because the oils are not water soluble, you'll want to use some sort of dispersant, I'm using salt here, to mix with the oils before adding it to the water. Table salt or Epsom salt works fine, or you can also use a small amount of alcohol-free witch hazel, which I'll demonstrate in the next cleansing method. Once you've made your bath, fill it up with the crystals you want to cleanse, and leave them to sit for as long as necessary. I left these guys for an hour or two, and then I actually reused this water on a couple little pieces of citrine because I felt it could still do more. Honestly, for crystals that can tolerate water exposure, this method may be my first choice, as these crystals all felt really good coming out of the bath. I know I sure feel good coming out of a bath like this. Okay, so the final method, and this one is great because it's super portable and you can use it pretty much anywhere on pretty much anything, is to make and use a cleansing spray. To do this, you'll need a glass bottle with a fine mister top. This one is 2 ounces, which means it's small enough to take on an airplane. Some alcohol-free witch hazel, some distilled water, probably a little funnel, and whatever oils you want to use. First, drop the oils you're using into the bottom of the glass bottle. Then, add a few squirts of witch hazel as a dispersant. Finally, top off the bottle with distilled water, screw on the lid, slap on a label, give it a little shake, and you're ready to spray. You can totally throw this guy in your purse, too, and have it ready whenever you need a quick energetic cleanse for anything, whether it be you, your car, or, your crystals.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. I do hope that you got something out of it. I'd also love if you could share with me in the comments below what method you're going to use next time you cleanse your crystals. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will see you in the next video.